A new breed of NFTs has recently taken the world by storm, capturing the attention of the media with harrowing success tales in a style and platform that has left the majority of the world scratching its head. After a suite of 5 digital artworks sold for $2.1 million at Christie's auction house in New York last year, a new name entered the art conversation. And it's not the name you would expect. Welcome back to the Grand Luxury. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. Do you know anyone who has sold an NFT item? Share your thoughts in the comments below and watch till the end to find out more about him and his artwork. At the beginning of December 2020, Victor Langlois was selling stickers and prints for $5 a piece on his Twitter account. After a little more than a year, he's wreaking havoc in the world of digital arts. So, who exactly is Victor Langlois? Victor Langlois, better known by his stage name Fewocious, is a young digital artist who is generating a large amount of money in the heart of the NFT art community. He used to live with his father, but after a series of court appearances and custody disputes, he was placed under the legal guardianship of his grandmother and grandfather. However, his grandparents were devout Christians, who thought that the sexual identity of a person was decided at the time of his or her conception. And by this time, he already knew that he was born in the wrong body. Living under the roof of his grandparents, Fewocious was only permitted to leave the house when he went to school. With no internet connection available, he was forced to find other means of keeping himself engaged and apart from the lonely and sad existence he was living. And this is when he turned to art. It was through his artistic endeavors that Victor discovered his passion and found a means of expressing himself. He started by sketching with whatever he had available to him at the moment. After realizing that his grandparents could monitor his artwork, he turned to a tablet as a means of concealing his work. Being a teenager, Fewocious started to explore the depths of his own being. After being granted access to a phone, he discovered an internet trans community on Twitter, and finally gained confidence and a desire to express himself fully one day. This was a watershed moment for Fewocious because he learned that he was not alone in his feelings and that he was not insane for feeling the way he did. He was able to identify role models and individuals inside the transgender community who had done incredible things with their lives. He then started researching what other successful digital artists had done to achieve success and devised a strategy to escape the horrible circumstances he had found himself in by pursuing his lifelong love, which was painting. Fortunately, it paid off. According to the website CryptoArt, his NFT art is worth more than $26 million based on both primary and secondary purchase. So, how does an art become an NFT? For those who aren't very tech-savvy or involved in digital trends, non-fungible tokens, also known as NFT, appear just like another term that may come and go in a year or two. But if you're already familiar with Bitcoin, you already understand half of the task. NFTs are particularly useful in the creation of artwork, which can be anything from a digital painting to a sculpture to music, film, or photography, or any combination of these forms. A unique digital signature is assigned to each NFT, granting it monetary worth as a collector's item that may be sold for cryptocurrency on online marketplaces like SuperRare, OpenSea, and Solana. Consider these to be the art world's equivalent of the trading cards that you might have collected as a child. The rarer the card, the more precious they become, and a signed card is always tenfold more valuable than an unsigned one. Following this reasoning, a buyer of a virtual artwork provides evidence of ownership by purchasing an NFT signature from the crypto market, which serves as a proof of ownership. However, because everything is done digitally, there isn't a single painting or card that an owner may hang over their mantle to commemorate the occasion. When you buy an NFT, you're not actually purchasing the real digital artwork, but rather you're purchasing a link to it. And if the world rapidly turns to digital platforms and cryptocurrencies become more widely accepted, the potential value of an NFT may be on par with the value of the Picasso hanging in the living room. Of course, in the digital world, things move swiftly. And just as renowned works of art may be replicated with the same economic potential for those who possess the copyright, so can these items. It is mind-boggling when you contemplate the possibility of generating money through digital photos in this way. This is not true only for collectors, but also for artists themselves. Before revealing the second half of this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and share Grand Luxury with your friends. Now that we know who Fewocious is and how a piece of art can be turned into an NFT, you may also be wondering why he became a top artist. A variety of factors contribute to someone's ability to be exceptional at what they do. It doesn't happen immediately. It usually takes hours of devotion and hard work for a person to achieve widespread public recognition for what they have accomplished. Fewocious creates fantastic work that is holistic, interwoven, bright, and abstract in its expression. Their long, very personal creative process is documented with their inspiring and sensitive artwork, and it is this that has propelled them to the top of the digital art world. Fewocious started making art at the tender age of 13, but it wasn't until the artist was 17 that he began minting NFTs, which enabled him to move out of his grandparents' home a few days after his 18th birthday. His concentration on his painting and how it made him feel was so intense that he would spend the whole of lunchtime without making eye contact with anybody else at his school. As part of his preparations for the Christie's auction, Fewocious was compelled to return to a certain time period in his life where he sought to replicate the sentiments and thinking processes he had experienced at the time. In order to do this, he would consume the same food that he consumed at the time, and even went to his family's Facebook page and listened to the videos that they had uploaded, despite the fact that he no longer communicates with them. When he was feeling down, he would revisit his diary entries and previous works of art that he had done in order to interact with his feelings of grief at that specific moment. This creative process and degree of devotion that Fewocious goes through is something that not many artists are willing to endure in order to make their work as meaningful as possible. Aside from the innovative approach that Fewocious employs, he is an exceptional natural publicist who understands how to make the audience experience his message in a captivating way. This is something that only a few individuals in the NFT world have achieved success with. Because of his media presence, Fewocious is able to communicate his narrative more effectively and raise awareness for his charitable endeavors. In addition to being featured on a number of frequently visited news websites and podcasts, it is apparent that the artist is not hesitant to voice his thoughts and demonstrate his true identity to the public at large. The honesty that can be felt when Fewocious is speaking in interviews, as well as the amount of emotion that the artist expresses, are both factors that contribute to his popularity. Now that you've heard his story, you may be wondering how you can start your own NFT empire. To help you get started, here are the softwares that Fewocious uses. A paper notebook served as the canvas for Fewocious's first artistic endeavors while they were a child in school. Despite the fact that they had no acquaintances, people recognized them as the artistically inclined youngster and inquired as to what was in his sketchbook of drawings and doodles. Despite the fact that this was a deeply personal project for him, he would nevertheless exhibit it to the other youngsters. His artwork was created using just Sharpies at home. His guardians thought it was a disgrace since they had intended him to pursue a career in medicine. Today, he does his drawings using an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil. The artist also utilizes Procreate for the bulk of his work and employs freehand techniques. When creating animations, the artist begins his or her work with Adobe Photoshop. While Fewocious has never said that they use any other picture editing software than Photoshop, it is reasonable to assume that he does use other software for touch-ups. The artist also likes to use noise-canceling headphones and listens to a range of music, including opera, to keep himself entertained. He adds that he keeps motivated when working for long periods of time because he consumes caffeinated beverages and uses a large number of computer displays. Victor Langlois has definitely gone far from his roots, and without a doubt, he opened a lot of doors in his journey. If you're a budding artist who looks forward to pursuing your passion while also profiting from it, this could be the very push that you need. Would you support Victor and buy his art? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Alright guys, we're wrapping up today's video, and we hope you enjoyed today's topic. Thanks for visiting our channel. If you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button and check out more on the Grand Luxury channel. Until next time,